Yeah, they're pretty nice. That's a nice boat.
The one that came in here was beautiful.
Yeah, I was out of town when I came in, yeah.
It was like a cruise ship.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I couldn't believe how big it was.
All right, Carl.
Okay.
And the people.
The meeting tonight is for the conduct of town business by the town board. The public is invited to participate at the items marked on the agenda, public comment. During that segment of the meeting, if you have a question or comment for the supervisor, please raise your hand and wait to be acknowledged. Please state your full name and limit your remarks to 3 minutes. Thank you for your anticipated cooperation.
Okay, thank you. First meeting of the month, May 8th. Can everyone please rise for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And please remain standing for a moment of silence for all those men and women who sacrificed their lives to give us the opportunity to serve our country, our state, and our town. Thank you. The chief is off. It's one of the rare moments that he's not actually here. And Tommy's at a baseball game, and that's another rare moment. So they're both out playing hooky on us. Okay, I need a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so moved. Motion to approve the April 24th, 2023 Town Board meeting minutes.
I'll make the motion to approve the April 24th Town Board meeting minutes.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so moved. Authorization to pay the bills of $239,600.92.
You were wrong. I authorize pay the bills.
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so moved. Anybody have any comments on the agenda? Oh, the chief is here, see?
See that?
He comes even on his days off.
You told me you weren't going to be here.
Are you grandstanding for comments on the agenda? Okay. Okay, then we're going to move on to reports of department. So my report's not written, but I just want to give a brief monthly report. CAC, I met with Mickey Semenoski and Janelle Kozlowski. I can't say her last name ever. I'm not even close.
You're not good at names. boy, that's it.
Kozlowski? How do you say Kozlowski?
It must be something with the C.
Kazari. I can never say her last name, and I probably never will. But I appreciate all she does. So we had a meeting about solar and grants and different items, and Janelle is working on a possible grant for EV electrical charging stations, and we're going to see what it's about and if it's feasible that we move forward. Of course, we met with Pat Quick, Pat Hines, John Alonji, Highway Department guys down at Old Indian Trail. As we saw the article, we had an issue down there. Tom back, obviously I met with Phil Bell, our engineer. This month we had a bunch of meetings with Upstate Electric, Rich Schwartzbeck, Vinny Pomerico from DJ Heating, and Carlos Escobar from the General Construction. Bayside, we met with Dan Rieger and Mike Rydell from the school, and Councilman Zambito was there, and the Highway Department, John Alonji, about parking and possible extra parking for the school district, and Bayside trying to help them out. Met with the Milton Landing Committee down at the landing to start the project to move forward using our LWRP grant money, foregoing the crossing that was is supposed to be built, and concentrating on the current crossing that we have and trying to get a design plan based on that right now. Let's see. I met with Nick Kavaska from the county solar planning, and this was for all the grants that we actually applied for solar and for the park lighting, and he's the person that oversees them and explains how they're going to work, and the sewer one also, that we're waiting on the contract from the county on that. So I met with the Ulster County supervisors on our monthly meeting, met with the Kings and Danny Marticello to go over the donation of their property, and Cindy Hilbert has agreed to take this project on, and we're getting the surveys done of our property, so moving on that. So the only other thing I just want to say, there was a lot of stuff that happened in April going into May, and I'm sure Sherda will update you on the goings on in the recreational side, but there was a spring fling that happened, the Easter egg dash, which was awesome, the Blossom Fest was yesterday, which was really well attended. Coming up is the community yard sale, the farm market. There's the, you guys are having a pasta night at Bricks, I think, for Marlborough Youth Baseball tomorrow night, fundraiser, right?
It's actually the high school.
The high school? High school? Okay, so that's happening. There's going to be a tractor parade by Chip Kent is doing it, and the car show is coming up. So there's a lot of things going on. It's springtime. That means Jerry and the boys are going to be busy monitoring 9W. And I do appreciate it, Jerry, when I call you last minute and say, Jerry, can we get an extra guy? And he always does come through.
It's the soccer club doing a cleanup in the village of Marlborough. I think it's May 19th.
Yeah, that's right. So that's my report. All right, so building inspector, Tommy's not here, so I'm going to read it quick. Monthly report, building department, April 23rd, certificate occupancy 3, request for information 9, trailer park renewals 4, building extensions 5, fire inspections 7, stop work orders 3, order remedy 4, complaints 36, total mileage 1,945 miles, total gas used 121 gallons, building permits, additions, renovations 6, barns 1, demolition 3, electrical HVAC 13, furnace boiler 1, mobile 1, pool hot tub 2, roof 1, sheds 8, single family 2, solar panels 1, tank install removal 1. Total permits 40 for a total estimated cost of building $1,055,357. Fees collected, certificate of occupancy, $525. Permit extensions, $1,616.35. Building permits, $7,951.40. Request for information, $1,800. Total building fees, $11,892.75. Fire inspections, $900. Trailer park renewals, $1,950. Total fire fees, $2,850. Total fees for the month, $14,742.75. Thank you, Tom. And Chief, you're up.
Activity summary for the month of May 2023. Personal injury auto accidents 1, fatal 0, property damage auto accidents 13 for a total of 29 for the month. That cannot be right. Because 13 and 1 is 14.
That's 14, Jerry. What's going on here? What's Jen doing?
All right, quick math in my head. Vehicle traffic summonses issued 64, parking violations 8 for the month. Total blotter entries handled 969 with a total of 24 arrests. Telephone calls handled 1,093. We had 48 hours of overtime for the part-time dispatchers. Police mileage for the month, 9,556 miles, with a fuel consumption of 1,047.109 gallons.
Any questions for the chief?
Yeah, I do.
Go ahead.
I got one question about on Church Street where they're putting the new houses up there.
Yes.
They put up like a handmade no parking sign on the Church Street side of the parking. I mean, isn't that,
No.
they can't do that. It's there.
Well, it's not enforceable.
Right, but I'm just saying, they just stuck it in the ground. It looks stupid.
You believe they did it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they can't do that.
No, I didn't think so. I just.
I didn't even notice it was
Bring it to
there,
your, it's a red sign. You can't miss it
Perfect.
as you make the turn.
We'll take a look at it and get it removed. Cause
I go by it every day. That's
that's
the only
not-
reason I know it's there.
They probably don't want vehicles parked there because of
Because
when
they're
the trucks make the swing, right? When they
Right.
work, yeah.
Whatever, but that's it, you know.
Yeah, no, they can't do
We
that.
can put, I mean, if, there is no parking there, I don't think, so I mean, obviously, we can
Right, I
put
mean,
a sign there.
there was signs up there at
Yeah,
one point in
I
time.
know, I remember that.
I don't know what happened to them,
I don't either.
but we can, I can address that with John and I'll work with him on that.
Okay.
Not a problem.
How do you
When are
guys
you-
doing with the body cameras? Go ahead.
Awesome. So the body camera program is fully up and functional. May 15th starts. So we were in a test phase. So May 15th will start the actual live phase where we'll have rules and regulations that follow everything. We've worked with the PBA, we've come up with rules and regulations that are amendable to everybody, both the police department side and the PBA side, in terms of negotiations. There are certain things in the rules and regulations that the PBA were against. For example, using, without a complaint being filed, using the video to discipline. So erroneously just going through all the videos and trying to look for something for somebody doing something wrong. We're prohibited from doing that. So there was some negotiations about that, but we've worked it all out so that everybody was happy with it and it got approved. The videos have been going well. There's a lot of them. It is a lot of work. It hasn't been horrible as of yet because the only thing we're doing is sharing them with the DA's office, and the system that they use is called DEMS, and it's a matter of just transferring it via the internet. When we start getting FOIL requests for videos that are non-criminal related, that's going to be the problem, because to do the manual editing, the blurring of the faces, blurring of the plates, blurring of screens, blurring of children, we're discovering it's a frame-by-frame process, and it records at 30 frames a second. So if you did the math, it's going to take you several hours to blur out the faces of a 30-minute video. So unfortunately or fortunately, however you look at it, we haven't had to do that yet. But if that becomes a common practice, we're releasing that video to the public for some reason, it's going to become an issue. But like I said, for right now, there has been no issues. It's a quick transfer to the DA's office. They get an unedited, unadulterated video. They get the raw video. So we don't have to do anything like that. So yeah, it's been working out well. The equipment's been well. We did have some problem with some mounts, but the company replaced them immediately. They did show up here on April 12th from Texas to train us all on them, and we learned a lot of stuff, and we were pretty much on the right path, but he showed us some tricks of the trade that aren't written anywhere, and it makes life a lot easier. We managed to get them hooked up to our Wi-Fi network, so the guys don't even have to physically download the video themselves. They basically walk into the police department, and it starts uploading via Wi-Fi. Danny Brooks had helped us a little bit with that because our Wi-Fi is extremely slow, even though we pay for a fast Wi-Fi. But we worked some problems out and we got it to go faster. So yeah, it's been running great. Maybe what I can do is maybe in a meeting or so, maybe next meeting, because it's not a big meeting, right? I'll burn a couple of non-important videos and we can put them up so you can actually see what it looks like from the officer's perspective, and you can see what the actual videos look like.
I'm glad to see that you got the learning curve out, so that's good.
Yeah, I'm glad we did it through the test period, because we did run into some problems and like, oh, how do we fix this or how do we do that? And if we were under the time crunch of having to make that 14-day discovery request timeline, it would have been difficult. But because we were in test mode, we were kind of forgiven for everything for a while. But for the last, I'm going to say 4 or 5 weeks, we've been, well, since April 12th, we've been running flawlessly without any issues. It's going well, yeah, going very well.
Glad to hear that.
All right, thank
Good
you.
job.
Thanks, Jerry. Appreciate it. All right, we got Superintendent of Highways, John Alonji. Monthly report, April 2023. This month we started sweeping all the roads along with all the gutters. We began this year's paving project by installing and replacing pipes and catch basins on North Road, Sands Dock Road, and Mahoney Road. We had crews out ditching the roadsides and replacing or installing driveway pipes where needed. Now that the winter season is over, all sanders were removed from the trucks, cleaned out, and put in storage. Down at the Milton Train Station Park, we installed a floating pier, installed the fountains, and raked the ball fields at the town park, and did repair work at Young's Field for the upcoming season. Truckload of millings was delivered and applied to the road in the landfill. We worked at the Tomvac building, framing out concrete pad for the air-conditioned units. Attended several meetings with the town supervisor regarding generator at the Tomvac building, fuel pumps, and renovation of the existing highway department building. We assisted in water department on a service line repair on Van Orton Road. On 427, we sent 2 men to the Cornell Local Roads Program Workshop on traffic signs and pavement markings, and 2 men to the Work Zone Safety Seminar hosted by New York State DOT. Fuel usage, gas 65.650 gallons, diesel 1,037.564 gallons, respectfully submitted, John Alonji. And thank you, John.
Can I just add
Yes.
to that, Scott? Thank you to Gary Lazaroff for all of his help with the baseball fields and getting the fields rolled, but then also tending to the equipment and the tractors that they use to keep those fields maintained. He's always just above and beyond helpful to the league.
Yep, he always is. And just an update on Youngs too, I just got a call from Jeff today, and he's at the stage where, with Mrs. Brooks, Patty Brooks, and hopefully we'll start to see some movement on a contract from attorneys and stuff like that.
Called you today?
Yes, he did.
Called you from Ireland?
He called me today.
He's in Ireland right now.
Well, he called me today. I don't know where he called me from, but he called me today. So he's moving forward. So, Charlie, you're up. Good evening, Charlie.
The monthly report for April, our water consumption totaled 15,255,000, which is a total usage of 508,500. Compared to last month, we had 15,530,000, which is a daily usage of 507,530, compared to a year ago, which was 17,040,000, which is a daily usage of 549,677. Summary for the month, we had to repair curb boxes and stem valve on Birchall Avenue. Meters, we had to replace 5 Orion meters again. They're just constantly have to be replaced because of their age. Service lines, we had to repair a service line on Sherman Drive and one on Birchall Avenue. Sewer, we had to repair a sewer line at 96 Orange Street. The town park, we started up the bathrooms and got the water on in the pavilion bathroom and the playground bathrooms. We also had to replace a pressure tank at the playground bathroom. We also turned the water on at the dog park, Milton Dock, and that's it. And the water main, we had to repair an 8-inch water main on Van Orden Road with the help of the highway department. Sewer line inspections, we had 1. Service line inspections, we had 2. Closings, 2. Markouts, 90. Gallons of gas, 195 gallons, and gallons of diesel, 20. And the mileage for the month, 1,400 miles.
Thank you. Any questions for Charlie?
Yeah,
Anybody?
do you have a typo on the first line? You had 15,255,000 in a daily usage of 508, and then you have 15 million higher gallons, and you have less daily usage. I think you got a typo there somewhere.
Well, one
could
is
be
for
31
April
days.
and one is for
I
March.
already figured it out. March is 31 days.
Oh, okay.
Extra days.
I knew that. See that, Charlie?
One
Oh,
extra-
okay.
The one extra day will
Oh,
get
that's
you.
good. I'm glad I asked that. No, I know. So you mean like that if the month is 30 or 31,
It's a
that's
daily
what-
consumption, so you divide it by the days.
Oh, so it's by the days. Okay.
Thanks, Charlie.
Thank you for that clarification.
Colleen, you're up. One last name I can
Okay.
get right.
Town Clerk, monthly report for April 2023. Conservation,
Some
12
cows.
for $28.29. Dog licenses, 29 for a total of $155. Water services, 1 for $500. Transfer station permits, 4 for $176. Punch card, 16 for $1,404. Marriage licenses, 3 for $5,250. Building department fees, 1 for $35,385.63. Fire fees, 1 for $2,130. Accident reports, 7 for $35. Certified copies, 6 for $170. Clerk fees, 2 for $1,275. FOIL fees, 4 for $34.25. Junkyard licenses, 5 for $1,500. Park fees, 2 for $700. Sewer fees, 1 for $250, for a grand total of $43,795.67.
Thank you. Any questions for Colleen? None?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Water quality management, May 5th, 2023. For the month of April 2023, both the Marlborough and Milton wastewater treatment plants comply with all the SPDES requirements. The following are our monthly statistics for both plants. Marlborough wastewater treatment plant average daily flow equals 124,000 gallons per day, about 71% of design capacity. Average BOD removal was 96%. Average suspended soil removal was 95%. Milton wastewater treatment plant average daily flow is 33,000 gallons per day, about 60% of design capacity. The average BOD removal was 91%. Average suspended soil removal was 88%. Both the Marlborough and Milton treatment plants operated normally during the month of April without any major changes or events. A representative from Lakeside has inspected and approved the new rotors at the Marlborough facility. The new rotor is significantly more quiet and provides a more uniform, steady flow within the ditch. Whitcon has removed and replaced the second rotor, but is just waiting on Lakeside to return for a final inspection. They are planning on replacing the ditch weir sometime next week. We have also begun to chlorinate and dechlorinate the effluent at Marlborough due to rust and old age. Another leak was formed in the aeration line at the Milton facility. We have patched the damaged area and the system is operating normally. We will continue to monitor it, but we are worried more leaks will occur in the future. If you need any additional information, please do not hesitate to contact me. Thank you, Julian Falco, Water Quality Management. Wow, he didn't put his famous line in there.
You're not getting older?
Yeah, it's getting older.
I guess they're old and they're just
All
breaking.
systems are operating but are getting older.
Yeah, his dad put that in there. Oh boy. Town of Marlborough Dog Control, Andrew McKee, Dog Control Officer, April 23 monthly report from 4/1/23 to 4/30/23. Overview, we received a total of 12 calls this month, including 3 calls of service from the Marlborough Police, New York State Police, and Ulster County Sheriff. Responded to 3 active complaints and/or cases which are now closed or resolved. We currently have 3 open cases or complaints. We impounded 0 dogs this month. 0 appearance tickets were issued this month. There were no dog bites reported this month. We have no dangerous dog cases under investigation. If you have or are planning to use an invisible fence or other electronic restraint for your dog, please have it set up so delivery personnel can safely access your front door. We are seeing a growing number of dog bites related to this issue. And that's the end of the report from Andrew McKee. I could see that happening. Planning Board review, April 2023. Application fees, $1,000. Escrow fees, $94,757.97. Recreation fees, $4,000. Invoices, $11,577.56. Meeting April 3rd, 2023. Attendees, Fred Calla, James Garofalo, Steve Jennison, Cindy Lanzetta, Joe LaFaro, and Bob Tronsolito. Agenda approval of stenographer minutes from 3/20/2023. Approval of the above minutes was granted unanimously. Zerinsky Estates, Ridge Road, 191 Ridge Road, Marlborough Public Hearing Subdivision. Public hearing was reopened after ascertaining the correct mailings were sent out. There was no input from any neighboring property owners and the public hearing was closed. The board unanimously approved a negative declaration of resolution of approval for the proposed subdivision. The board also unanimously approved $4,000 in recreation fees for the subdivision. Next one was Wash Shine, 564 and 560-562 4455 Marlborough sketch site plan. The applicant's representative went over the proposed consolidation of 2 lots, one which currently has an operating gas station and an empty neighboring lot to the south. The applicant is proposing to construct 4-bay unit with automatic and mechanical car wash on the lot. Town engineer Pat Hines reviewed several areas of concern, including deficiencies in the physical application, required DOT review, proposed access, the applicant's request to waive the topography requirements, parking, floor plan detail, and existing structure on the site. The board also discussed the proposed vacuums, previous site approvals, setbacks, and easements. The applicant will clarify and return at the later date. Conceptual site plan with engineer, Summit Drive property, Summit Drive Marlborough site plan. The board reviewed the engineer extensive comments regarding the 2 buildings, 24-unit proposal. The board also Willow Tree Resort Hotel, 300-304 Willow Tree Avenue, Milton Site Plan. The applicant proposed a resort hotel in an RAG1 zone at the above address. The board reviewed review comments from Pat Hines. Discussion from the board included the possible hurdles the applicant may face with neighboring properties and suggested the applicant reach out to them. Tom, since you walked in on that property, can you explain to the board having a hotel in the RAG1 and the concerns that the board may have with that? I mean,
I would assume the concern mostly would be for health purposes, for septic designs. We don't have town water or sewer there. The resort hotel, which is allowed in that district, RHG1, those again would be my concerns and hurdles, is that the resort hotel would require a check-in facility, so there'd have to be a building to check in and to serve food, along with the 20 single-family units that he's proposing on the rental of that property. So it's an allowed use, it's there with some work, but the hurdles surely would be, one, I mean, obviously, and anytime you put something like that in a residential district, the neighboring properties would not be happy. But it's an allowed use in the district, and the hurdles they would see, my explanation to them on those hurdles again would be water and sewer, since they're not in the water or sewer district, and we put multi-units on one lot.
all right. Yeah, I was wondering about that. The water is like going to be an issue, so, and sewer is going to be our worst.
Water not so much. I mean, you could drill a decent well or multiple wells and feed enough water to that property. It's going to be the sewer construction, because we've never been under the liking of putting any type of private sewer plant on a property. So whether it's 20 individual septic systems, 20 units, and then one for the main house, again, those are the obstacles that need to be done through the engineer, through the Ulster County Board of Health, on figuring septic design for the units he wants to put in and the main house. Mr. Pollock did it, and he extended sewer district did it. That was an option here. That's not an option.
Yeah, I mean, Willow Tree's not an option like that for, so, all right, thank you. All right, so the next deadline was Friday, April 7th, 2023. Next scheduled meeting was Tuesday, April 17th, 2023. The meeting on April 17th, 2023, the attendees were Chris Brand, Fred Cal, James Garofalo, Steve Jennison, Cindy Lanzetta, Joe LaFaro, and Bob Translito. Agenda approval, stenographer minutes from 4/3/2023. Approval of the above minutes was granted unanimously. First one up was Matt Baker's Tale, 578 4455 Highland Public Hearing Site Plan. The public hearing was opened. One neighboring property owner expressed concerns regarding the proposed location of dumpsters on the site, which the applicant agreed to relocate. The board discussed the proposed loading zone, signage, and lighting details. The public hearing was closed. The board authorized the attorney to prepare both the negative declaration and resolution for approval at the next meeting. Mazzola Oil Service, 1871 Route 9W, Milton, sketch site plan. The applicant representative detailed plans to modify the Young's Motor site for mixed-use purpose. Uses include Mazzola Oil Company, car detailing, outdoor storage, and RV storage and repair. The board reviewed the comments provided the town engineer and discussed storage, uses, trucks, access, and parking, multiple use on site, hazardous materials, buildings on site, setbacks, easements, and previously required modifications to the site. The board agreed to meet on site to better understand the proposed use and site logistics. Next deadline, April 21st, 2023. Next scheduled meeting, May 1st, 2023. Respectfully submitted, Chris Brand, Chairman of the Marlborough Planning Board. Thank you. Okay. So that's reports. And now we got committees. So Recreation Committee, Councilwoman Cecil, want to
Yes.
talk about rec?
Yes, so as you said, the Recreation Committee had a very busy month, starting off with the Easter egg hunt that I think we covered in our earlier meeting this month, but all around a very, very strong success, tons of participants, and everybody left very happy. So it was a great event. The rec committee then supported the autism run that the elementary school ran at the town park. It ended up that they did not really need a whole bunch of assistance on that event, but of course Tom and Charlie opened the bathrooms for them, and Tom was able to accommodate them with getting into the park early and unlocking everything. So it was a community effort, but the event went very well. My son ran in it, and I can tell you, it took me a really long time to get all the color off of him. But the little kids had the greatest time. They really, really enjoyed the event, and there was a ton of participants in that as well. So happy to be able to partner with the school district to execute that. Then sort of covering two committees, the Spring Fling happened last week at Locust Grove. That is sort of a crossover event between the Recreation Committee and the Hamlet of Milton Association. The event raises money basically for everything that the HMA puts on throughout the year, namely the flowers that you see throughout the Hamlet of Milton. So they were able to raise about $3,000 from that event. It was very successful, and that is enough money for them to purchase all of the flowers that they will plant in the Hamlet of Milton, and new this year, they're also extending that program to the Hamlet of Marlborough. So they're covering both locations with nice flower pots in front of all of the different businesses. So very nice crossover between a couple of our committees there. The next big event, so those flower pots actually are getting planted on May 21st and then will be distributed to the committee. So the rec committee will be supporting HMA with that. And then the next big initiative will be the summer concert series, which at this point is running every Friday in July. All of the bands have been secured, and all of the food trucks have also been secured. So we're actually well ahead of schedule from where we were last year at this time. And I think it's going to be a great lineup. So the next steps there are just to publicize the flyers and start to pull the signs out of storage and get them out on the road now that the weather's getting a bit nicer. But everything's looking good there. I think I mentioned as well in our last meeting that the fireworks are targeted for Friday, July 7th, and that contract was signed a few months ago.
Yep.
So that's going to be an exciting event and a little bit closer to the 4th of July, so it'll be nice and festive for the town.
Well, thank you. It's very active.
Busy, yes. Oh, so the committee's meeting tomorrow night. Typically they meet at Bricks, but as you said, the baseball fundraiser is at Bricks tomorrow, so they're meeting at Zambito Landscaping Building at 6 o'clock, and anyone interested is welcome to join.
Thank you. I mean, I like that the HMA and the, Vivian and them are getting involved together.
Yeah.
It seems to be working very well.
We have a nice crossover, I would say, of a lot of different committees with the Meet Me in Marlborough, obviously executing the awesome event yesterday with the Blossom Fest, and the CAC being present at that as well. So we have a lot of active committees that are doing quite a bit.
That's good. Cooperation, working together. That's what I like to see. So thank you. Very good job. Thanks. Emergency Management Preparedness Committee. I don't have anything new on that. CAC, Mickey, you're up.
Good evening. The CAC met on Wednesday, May 3rd at the Marlborough Library with 7 members present and 2 via video. We discussed our plans to participate in the Milton Main Street Blossom Festival, and we had a display of a beehive courtesy of Don Smurden. We also had associated literature describing the CAC as well as the Climate Smart Community Project and how it benefits the town and its residents. We want to thank Jeff Palladino of Milton Hardware for his financial assistance in providing our banner, and that had its debut at the festival. We are also pursuing grant opportunities for installation of EV chargers at 2 town locations per the request of our supervisor. I thank Rosemary Wine for her guidance on this issue. Grant writing requires a learning curve, and we are anxious students. We will be working with town employees to lay the groundwork needed for this grant as well as future grant opportunities. We are also pursuing an Arbor Day grant, hopefully to be completed by this fall. That will allow us to have larger sized trees at the designated places on town properties. Our Facebook page is up and running. We invited people at the festival to like it, and we got quite a bit of response there. We are working on our website, and that will be available very soon. Our next meeting is June 7th at 6:30, pending the availability of the Marlborough Library. And just to remind the public, we need the talents of many, so anyone who has an interest in the environment, grant writing, tree planting, gardening, anything that has to do with the environment, conservation, or just plain helping. We would love to have them join us. So that's respectfully submitted. And I also want to remind people that the next couple of months is especially the time for swarming honeybees. So if you see a swarm of bees, Chief Kokoza has graciously allowed us to give that information to the dispatcher. So anybody who sees a swarm, please call the police and we'll find somebody to help get rid of, or not get rid of, remove the hive to a better place.
If I see
Thank
a
you.
swarm of bees, I'm running the other way.
No, 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 no.
I'm running.
No, no, no. You just be very calm. When they're swarming, they really will not hurt you. Just be calm and
They'll
call.
see the back of my bald head, that's all I could say. But I'll tell the chief after that.
It's the yellow jackets you got to worry about. That's what you got to worry about.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Mickey. The IT committee, as Chief said, that Danny Brooks and Brian updated a lot of our wireless internet connections throughout the building in the last couple of weeks. Also, the IT committee, as you know, we have on our agenda some resolutions tonight, met multiple times up at the Tomback building to go over camera systems, security systems, audio-visual systems, and finally we got everybody on the same page on their estimates, and they're on the agenda for tonight. So, Milton Train Station Foundation, just so everybody's aware, the Milton Train Station Foundation is winding down. They haven't dissolved or anything as of yet, but they are winding down. So I think they're trying to figure out where to put their monies that they have and things of that nature. But you know, we can't thank them enough for everything they've done over the years, because the train station wouldn't even be what it is today without them and their guidance and all their man hours that they put into that place. So we'll see how we get the formal letter from them eventually sometime this year, I would assume. Milton Land and Citizens Committee, I haven't got anything else on them. The Marlborough Hammond Economic Development Committee, I know, Dave, you said you had a gentleman interested in...
Yeah, Larry Bartolodi, who's just appointed to the zoning board, expressed interest in joining the committee and possibly heading it if they're looking for somebody.
You want to make a motion to make Larry...
Sure, I'll make a motion to
Chairman.
appoint Larry Bartolodi as chairman of the Economic Development Committee.
I'll second that. All in favor? Aye. So I will make sure that we update that with Tina and we get it in our committees. And he's now in charge, so if he wants to start holding official meetings, tell him he can do so. And we could put it on our website and put it on our Facebook page and let people know when and where he would be meeting, okay?
Maybe Tina can contact him and give him a list of the people that are on it
Yeah.
and their contacts so he can...
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have her do that. Yep, that's a good idea. Okay, so that's good. Meet Me in Marlborough. Like I said, Meet Me in Marlborough is always doing something in the town. They're always promoting items in our town and businesses in our town and trying to get people into our town. So they, like I said, they had the Blossom Fest yesterday. They'll be having the community flea market and farm market on the 20th. Is it the 20th, right? So, and there's other events that they'll be planning throughout the year. So, again, thank you to Meet Me in Marlborough. I think that they're off because I'll probably get their report for next meeting. I think she doesn't know it's the first meeting of the month. Hamilton Milton Associations Committee. I didn't get it. Did you get anything from her? That's what you covered, right? And the Transfer Station Review Committee. What I could say with the transfer station as of today, every tire is out of the transfer station as of today. They're all gone. So,
Larry was there counting.
oh yeah,
Larry stood there with his pencil, he counted every tire as they put it in.
every tire. Well, it's not cheap, but the DEC gave us 2 years. I'm proud to say we did it in under 2 years. So every tire is out of the transfer station, so we got a clean bill of health. I'll be sending that information to the DEC so we could get that off our list. So I just want to thank Larry, because Larry really took control of this and reached out and found people to take these tires, because it was really, really hard to find people to take these tires. But they even took the tractor tires, so thanks to Larry, so thank you. So that's a good. Presentations, I don't have any presentations tonight. Tom Back rehabilitation update. So everybody saw Mark's article in the paper, so we're still moving forward on Tom Back. We're not making any decisions as of yet of what we're going to be doing with our general construction operator. He has been doing some minor items at the building, I will say, but our electrical contractor is moving full steam ahead. Our plumbing has been moving full steam ahead, and I believe next week the HVAC, DJ Heating, will be back in, starting to put in their systems. They have mostly all their ductworks in already, so we're moving forward on Tomback. It's going to take a little longer than we thought, but we will get it complete. New business, the 284 agreement, accept and sign. So this is something for all board members have to sign. 284 agreement, I don't know if you guys remember from last year, is the agreement that John's allowed to pave roads based on the monies collected for taxes. So this is from John Alongi. Please accept the completed Section 284 agreement for the expenditure of highway monies. Please sign both copies on the next board meeting and return to my office so I can submit to the Ulster County Commissioner of Public Works to our town clerk's office, John Alongi. And so basically what this is pursuant a provision of Section 284 highway law. We agree that the monies levied and collected in the town to be repaired for improvement for the highway and received from the state aid for the repair and improvement of the highway shall be expended as follows. General repairs for the sum of $100,000 shall be set aside for expending the basic work and general maintenance and repair upon 60.31 miles of town highway, including sluices, culverts, bridges having a span of less than 5 feet, and boardwalk and renewals thereafter. Permanent improvements of highway in the sum of $457,115 shall be set aside to be expended for the permanent improvements of town highway. The town highway that are intended to be improved include Church Street, Sands and Dock Road, distance 0.23 miles, Cupboard Drive, commencing at Old Indian Road, leading to the dead end, 0.28 miles, Mahoney Road, commencing at Route 9W, leading to North Road, 0.17 miles, North Road commencing at Church Street, leading to Lloyd Town Line, distance of 1.3 miles, 03 miles. Highway known as O'Hara Road, commencing at Milton Turnpike, leading to the dead end, distance of 0.14 miles. Sands Dock Road, commencing at Church Street, leading to dead end, a distance of 0.13 miles. Willow Tree Road, commencing at Mulberry Lane, leading to Latin Town Road, a distance of 0.30 miles. Wims Height Road, commencing on Ridge Road and leading to Ridge Road, a distance of 0.33 miles. And that's all the roads that John and the guys will be paving this year, so I just need a motion to sign this and that we can all sign this. So I'm gonna actually make the motion to sign the 284 agreement for the year of 2023.
Can I ask you a question? Did
Yeah.
you list Old Indian Trail and all of the roads that you just listed? And when the engineering comes back on that, can that be added ad hoc?
That's an
Given the
emergency
repair?
expenditure.
Okay.
Yeah, that's different. Totally, yeah, definitely can. And it wouldn't come out of these funds probably more than likely, but yes.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
So I made a motion. I
In
need a
that case,
second.
I second your motion.
Oh, you did? Thank you very much. Okay, all in favor? Aye. All right, so here we go. We've got to get this to John.
I thought we needed 2 copies. Just gonna copy it?
Yeah. I don't think he has 2 copies there, does he, Sean?
But it said 2 on it.
I know, I'm just saying, does he have to? We'll just make a copy. All right, so as we are signing that, I will start reading some of the correspondence. All right, good morning. I would like to request a sign for deaf on the, well, that's kind of weird how this says it, but a sign for the deaf on the corner of Highland Avenue and Center Street. My mom, Josie Margilago, how does that say that? I can't say last names, I'm sorry. Marsiglio is 100 years old, and in August, and she still goes out on her walks every day. Oh, God bless her, 100 years old, huh? I'm concerned that she does not hear cars come up behind her, and when she realizes that there is one there, she gets startled. The traffic on Highland Avenue has progressively gotten busier. There are more children on the street too, and the children playing sign is old and not detailed anymore, is faded. Thank you for your consideration of this matter, Joanne Conjoli. So she wants to put a deaf sign, and I assume she's asking to get the children at play sign fixed. Does anybody have any objection to putting these signs up? I mean, John has to put them up, but he needs our permission.
No, I actually stopped and visited her about a week ago, and she's going to be 100, but you would never, not even close to 100. She dresses to the nines. She's alert. She's up and around.
Really?
She's a little bit hard of hearing, but she's unbelievable.
Well, that's
So-
awesome. That's awesome. Must be something in the water here.
Crazy.
Well, I don't have a problem with this, so if no one else has a problem with it, I'll let John know that we'll go forward. Do you guys want to make an actual motion on this, to add this sign, a deaf sign, and fix the children at play sign at the corner of Highland Avenue?
So I'll make a motion to add the additional signs on the corner of Highland Avenue and Center Street.
Central Street, yep.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, good. Okay, the Town of Marlborough Town Board, I would like to request the Cluett Park Baseball Fields, June 17th, from 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. I'll be holding the annual Carmen Strong Softball Tournament. Thank you for your prompt attention to this matter. As always, the park is a great place, and the students, parents, and alumni enjoy the day. It is also a day to remember one so strong. Thanks, Joanne Conjili. So I assume this date's available, does not interfere with Marlborough Youth, right? So I just need a motion to allow them to use Cluett Park on June 17th.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. All right, members of the town board, the member of Alpha Chapter Delta Kappa Gamma Society International would like to have a picnic at the Cluett Memorial Park on Tuesday, August 15th, 2023. We respectfully request that the fee for the use of the pavilion at the park be waived if possible. Delta Kappa Gamma Society International is a nonprofit organization that promotes professional and personal growth of women educators and excellence in education. Our local chapter, which encompasses Ulster and Orange County, supports our communities in a variety of ways, including donations to non-perishable food, backpacks, school supplies, personal care items, and needs for students and families. Typically, we meet 4 times a year at local establishments. We would like to meet at the park for an afternoon of picnic on Tuesday, August 15th, 2023, from 12 to 4. About 25 women or fewer participate, and we would abide by the rules established for the use of the park and pavilion. We also abide by the state guidelines for social distances and wearing masks if that becomes necessary. Thank you for your consideration. Yours truly, Gene Roper, President of Alpha Chapter Delta Kappa Gamma Society International. That's a long one. I like that.
I cannot say that organization name, but I will make the motion to let them use the pavilion at no charge.
I need a second.
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And I assume, Kyle, you checked that? I mean, that's the middle of the day, so it's probably not a... All right, so I got another one here. As this was sent to Danielle. As we discussed on the phone, Milton Marlborough United Methodist Church would like a permit to use the pavilion at the kitchen at Cluett Memorial Park on Wednesday, June 14th, 6 to 9:30 p.m. We would appreciate it if the town board can waive the use of the fee as a nonprofit religious organization. We have the insurance certificate forward to you this coming week and mail you a security deposit of $300. Please let us know if you have any questions, if you need any additional paperwork. And this is Pastor Albert Hind. This is for the Marlborough United Methodist Church. So I just need a Motion if you guys want to waive the fee.
I'll make the motion to waive the fees for the Methodist Church.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So moved. And of course, Jerry, we only could go one meeting without one of your notes. And here it is. Please accept this notice of resignation of my position as a police officer in the town of Marlborough effective May 1st, 2023. I appreciate the experience and knowledge I've gained working in this position for the past year. I have thoroughly enjoyed working here, and I am extremely grateful for all the opportunities given to me. I have received an offer of a full-time employment at another agency. After careful consideration, I have decided to accept the offer to further my career in law enforcement. I would like to thank Chief Kokoza and the town of Marlborough for providing the opportunity to work in the town, as well as all members of the police department for making my time here memorable. God bless and stay safe. Respectfully, Arkeen Goran. Man, Arkeen didn't stay long, did he? What's that? Poughkeepsie, that's what you were telling me. Oh, Beacon? I thought who went to Poughkeepsie? It was Beacon. Oh. Well, you can't, blame him for going for a full-time job, right? I mean, that's what it's about. So, thank him for his year of service, and I hope he does well. All right, so we got everybody signed on here, right? We're all good. Let's get that to John. And now we're at the point of public comments. Anybody got public comments? Going once, going twice. Oh, okay, Mark, you're up.
I wanted to follow up with the issue of the Old Indian Trail. In interviewing both the Quicks as well as John Alongi,
Yep.
the Quicks noticed that the truck from Consorti Brothers is the one that went over it and damaged it right away, and he reported it. When I talked with John Alongi, he said he didn't see any damage there, but I'm assuming he's the one that put the patch in. So I'm just a little bit...
Because the Quicks are, in my opinion, the Quicks are incorrect. The damage was down at the northern end.
That's true.
There was no damage. This damage was not caused by Consorti Brothers where that patch was put. That sinkhole was there well before Consorti Brothers came there.
Oh, that dip in there
Yeah,
was
there's a
there
dip
before?
in the road. So, yeah, I would have to contend that Consorti Brothers did that damage at that spot because I was there the day that we walked the road, and that dip was already in the road, and he damaged the northern part of the road at the end of Old Indian Trail.
Close to the train station.
And they fixed that, and he fixed the grass area also that he came off the road. So,
Okay.
I mean, that's my recollection of it. I don't, and then same as John, so I
Okay,
don't know
just
why they're
wanted to
saying
check
that.
that.
So, yeah.
Any thoughts on a timeline of getting that all fixed?
Not yet. Still getting sorted out. Engineers are still working on who owns what property lines, where they're at,
Right.
and who's responsible for what. So it's all in the engineering and in the attorney's hands right now. I mean, we're working on it. I call every day to see if there's any updates, but I haven't got any further updates
Okay.
since the last, yeah.
Thanks, I just want to check that.
Yep, no problem. I'm glad you asked that because I didn't agree with how it was in the paper that way, but, if one says one and one says the other, that's what you got to report, right? So, all right, anybody else? Or we're going to go right into resolutions. All right. Resolution 62 to accept the road dedication of Meadowview Estates subdivision and authorize the supervisor to sign the consent to the dedication. Supervisor Cork proposes the following, whereas the town board has received a dedication of release as well as a highway superintendent's order pertaining to dedication of Meadowview Drive and Clover Court. Now therefore be resolved, the town board accepts the road dedication of Meadowview Drive and Clover Court and authorize the supervisor to sign consent and dedication subject to the following conditions absent, which is the dedication shall be nullity. I can't speak tonight. A, issuance of a title policy acceptance to attorney for the town board recording of deed and the road. B, properly executed and recordable instruments as follows. I, deed of Meadowview Drive and Clover Court to the town of Marlborough. C, payment of any outstanding expenses to the town and deposit of sums sufficient to cover costs of recording instruments with the clerk of Ulster County. Upon fulfillment of all these conditions, and only upon fulfilling all those conditions, the supervisor shall authorize to sign the consent dedication. This dedication shall be effective May 8, 2023, in event of the fulfillment of the conditions set forth in 2 and 3 here above. So basically, I could sign this as long as we have all these documentations and all this is in place. If not, then I won't sign it. So the foregoing resolution was voted upon with all members of the council voting as follows. Yes.
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 Thank you. Resolution 63 to set new performance bond amounts for the Bayside Marlborough LLC and Bayside Mixed Use Development Project. This is what we talked about, I believe was our last meeting, and how, just so everybody's understanding, this is the same performance bonds that were in place when Asher Sussman owned the property, but now that Bayside owned the property, Asher Sussman's Bayside Property LLC should not hold all the bonds for that property, right? Bayside Development should own those bonds. So that's, the numbers are all the same, they're just separated. That's all, into who owns what. So, but as far as the town's concerned, we still have the same performance bonds in place with the same amounts, it's just the ownership of them changed, okay? Supervisor Corcoran proposes the following, whereas the Town of Marlborough Planning Board and the Planning Board granted site plan approval for Bayside Construction LLC as property owner to applicant for the Bayside Mixed Use Development property on May 7, 2018. And whereas a condition of such approval, the applicant was required to propose 4 performance bonds and security acceptable to the town for the completion of the development and execute the performance bond agreement. And whereas by resolution dated February 8, 2021, the Town of Marlborough Board approved the following amounts for the 4 performance bonds. Stormwater performance bond, $671,832. Construction performance bond, $1,896,748. Landscape performance bond, $168,882. Town road performance bond, $747,852.85. And whereas the applicant provided the required security for each bond to the town, and whereas the applicant's successor, Bayside Marlborough LLC Bayside, has provided performance bond to the town and has executed the performance bond agreement to establish the obligation secured by the performance bond. And whereas because the 2 lots on the project are now owned by separate entities and the commercial component of the project is not currently under construction, with the exception of portions containing combined utilities, Bayside now requests that the performance security be split between the 2 entities. And whereas the town engineer has determined that the original total security amount as set forth by the town engineer and as stated hereon will remain in place, though new bond amounts shall be set and allocated as follows. Stormwater performance bond original amount, I'm not going to say it. Bayside, I'm not going to say it. Commercial, I'm not going to say it. You could read it. Construction performance bonds, you could see it. Landscape performance bonds, you could see how they were split up. And the town road performance bonds, you could see how they're split up. So you could see now Bayside, the new owners have more of a substantial ownership of those bonds compared to the commercial side, which is owned by Asher Sussman. And Mark, I could send you this stuff. And whereas the town engineer has determined that the Bayside will be responsible for the entire roadway security, and although inspection fees were posted by the applicant, it is recommended that inspection fees be worked out as a private matter between the 2 entities, and it here be resolved that the original amounts of the performance bonds and performance securities hereby appointed between the 2 entities as follows. Same thing, you could see how they were split up. The amounts equal to the original amount, the same. It's just split up between the residential side and the commercial side. This is conditioned upon A, the establishment of an escrow fund with the town to defray the town's cost of engineering and attorney services in connection herewith, and B, that the execution of delivery of the performance bonds and security in form of substance to the town supervisor and the attorney to the town and the compliance with the town code of the town of Marlborough. The foregoing resolution was voted upon with the council people voting as follows. Supervisor Corcoran? Yes. Councilman
Yes.
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 Thank you. Resolution 64, to accept bid. Supervisor Corcoran proposes the following, whereas a legal notice appeared in the official newspaper for the town of Marlborough requesting bids for town fuel needs. And whereas May 4th, 2023, all bids were opened and read aloud, now therefore be resolved that the following bids are awarded. Item 1, heating oil, Russell fuel only bid, supplied at .50 above gallon over Journal of Commerce Albany reseller tank car. So 50 cents above, I call it rack, but. Item number 2, propane for generator, Russo fuel only bid, supplied at 40 cents a gallon over Selkirk propane for Cluett Park will be donated. And we thank you for that. So that's a very good donation. Item number 3, unleaded gasoline, regular 87 octane, Russo fuel only bid will be supplied at 50 cents a gallon over the average of the posted rack price. Item number 4, unleaded gasoline, mid-grade 89 octane, Russo fuel only bid will be supplied at 50 cents a gallon over of the posted rack price. Item 5, unleaded gasoline, premium 93, Russo fuel only bid will be supplied at 50 cents a gallon over the posted rack price. Item number 6, diesel, ultra low sulfur, Russo fuel only bid will be supplied at 50 cents a gallon over the posted price of the day. And these are just for emergency uses for the fuel. We have our fueling station, but if anything ever happened at the fueling station, this is one option we have we could use, or we could also go to the county. They also have bids that they put out that we could use through them too. So this is for emergency use for those, and moves for its adoption.
Yes.
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 Yes, thank you. Resolution 65, to amend the Town of Marlborough Plan and Procurement Policy. We had a meeting over the last week or so, and realized we haven't updated our procurement policy in probably 20 years. So we pretty much matched our procurement policy to the state policy, their recommendations, and that's what we're changing here tonight. So, whereas the Town Board of the Town of Marlborough wishes to update the town procurement policy, and whereas the Town Board wishes to amend the policy as follows. This is our 414 procurement policy. Added the word online for quote options. 2, increase public works from 20,000 to 35,000, increase purchases from 10,000 to 20,000. 3, increase purchases less than 10,000 to less than 20,000. 4, increase purchases less than 3,000 to less than 10,000. 5, omit 5B. B, less than 10,000 but greater than or equal to 5,000 requires a written request or proposal, oral fax proposal from 2 contractors. Change C to B and increase from 5,000 to 10,000 and eliminate purchases under 1,000. Be it resolved, the Town of Marlborough procurement policy be amended and moves for its adoption.
Yes.
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 Yes. And this is our procurement policy. It's all online. Everybody wants to read it. But obviously, if you haven't updated something in 20 years, prices of things have gone up tremendously, so it would only make sense. And then we kept having an issue because we're looking at the state code and we're like, wait, we're like not even close, so we pretty much matched them. So, Resolution 66, to accept estimates for the security camera system of the community center. Supervisor Cork proposes the following, whereas the IT committee as well as the town engineer and the town supervisor were part of a walkthrough with security camera contractors, and whereas design specs were told to the potential contractor, and whereas the following estimates were received. D-Bend Security for $11,137.32, Precision Security $14,010.78, AR Security $24,495. Whereas it is recommendation of IT Committee and Town Engineer to accept Security Systems estimate of D-Bend Security. Be resolved, the Town Board of Town of Marlborough accept estimates from D-Bend Security and moves for its adoption.
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Have we vetted the brand of the cameras that are in the DBEN security bid?
We have them already. We use them in the train station.
Okay. There are some federal limitations, I believe, on that brand of camera.
We use them already. No? There's my law enforcement.
Train station will be replaced with
Oh, precision.
precision cameras, correct. I don't remember, Indian cameras, Indian is the camera. And we'll certainly can look into that. Those are the cameras recommended by DBEN because we went with 360s and 180 views
Yeah.
rather than the standard straight focal view.
Yeah, if there's any regulation problems, we'll just have to
I
change it.
think that we should look into that, and I apologize for not catching it sooner.
That's fine.
But I worked in the security industry for a bit of time, and I do believe that that brand of
Yeah, so
camera
we'll
has
just
federal.
make sure that they have to be up to date.
It's Hike Vision, that one, and a couple of others that are banned to be used on federal property, definitely, due to security risks, so I'm going to go with a no for right now purposes, just based on investigating that
Yeah,
further.
we'll just have them make sure that the cameras are up to federal standards, I guess, if that's what you're saying, right? So,
Councilman Calkins?
Yes.
Councilman Zambito?
I vote yes, but I'd like to look in, I think.
yeah, we'll make sure it's done.
Stipulation,
Yeah, of course.
Supervisor Corcoran?
Yes. On the stipulation that they make sure that they're at the same price at that camera system is okay, right? But they got to be the same price.
Yeah, I'll contact him tomorrow, I'll ask these questions, tell him it's on the list, we can verify, get it in writing, and obviously if there's going to be a change in the estimate because of the new camera or the other camera, obviously I'll bring that forward
Yeah.
to you and another decision.
I would expect, they're pretty reputable, so I mean, I would expect they would have to hold their price on whatever they gave. So, but, we'll find out. Go ahead. You go ahead. Resolution 67, to accept the estimate for the audiovisual at the community center. Supervisor Cork proposes the following. Where the IT committee, as well as the town engineer, town supervisor, part of the walkthrough with the audiovisual contractor, whereas design specs were told to the potential contractors, and whereas the following estimates were received: Hudson Valley Audiovisual, $49,598. Empire AV LLC, $49,899. What did I say? $49,899. Boy. Hue AV Solutions, $62,343. Whereas the recommendation of the IT Committee and the Town Engineer to accept audio-visual estimates from Hudson Valley Audio-Visual at $49,598. Be it resolved, the Town Board of Town of Marlborough accepts the estimate from the Hudson Valley Audio-Visual, Inc. and moves for its adoption.
Councilman Molinelli?
I have a couple of questions.
Mm-hmm.
If we were to put this off for 2 weeks, is that going to make a big difference?
Well, yeah, because it's in the bid. It says if the walls get closed up, the bid goes up.
I understand, but you really think the way the construction's going, the walls are going to be closed up in 2 weeks?
But what's
Why you
going
wanna wait for
what's
2
going to
Well,
change in 2
checks-
weeks?
I just want to, discussion we've had and what's actually going to happen or going forward is important before we spend,
Well, we're going to move forward regardless of anything, Eddie. So, I mean, I'm going to say we're going to vote. So if you don't want to vote yes, don't vote yes.
Okay.
But what's going to change for 2 weeks? I don't understand.
It's not for me to say to you, it's just,
Yeah, just vote the way you want to vote.
I'll just vote
Well, go ahead, what's your vote?
no.
No. Councilwoman Sessa?
I'm with Eddie on this, I'm a no.
Councilman Calkins?
Yes.
Councilman Zambito?
Yes.
Supervisor Corcoran?
Yes, thank you. And let's go to the last thing, Eddie,
What's that?
your favorite thing.
Oh, it's
I'm
time to
getting
adjourn?
there.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll second that motion.
All in favor? Aye. Thank you. Have a good night, everybody.